The silent superpower. There's one skill that separates the traders who survive from those who disappear quietly after blowing their third account. It's not strategy. It's not indicators. It's not even risk management. It's patience, the silent superpower that almost no one wants to talk about because, well, it's boring. Let's be honest, patience doesn't sell. You can't market sit and wait as a trading course. Imagine a YouTube ad saying, "Buy my course and learn how to wait all day doing nothing." Yeah, no one's clicking that. But here's the irony. Patience is what separates discipline from disaster, profits from panic, and professionals from gamblers. Because trading isn't about predicting the future. It's about waiting for the market to reveal the truth and having the emotional strength to do nothing until that moment comes. In this video, I'll break down how patience works inside your brain, why it's so hard to master, how it directly connects to profitability, and how to train it like a muscle, using real-life trader stories, psychology, and a few laughs along the way. So, if you've ever taken a trade too early, closed too soon, or chased a setup out of boredom, this one's for you. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment below saying, "I'm learning patience," because trust me, by the end of this, your future self will thank you for watching. Let's talk about the biggest psychological trap in trading, the illusion of speed. You see, we live in a world that rewards speed, fast Wi-Fi, fast delivery, fast dopamine from scrolling TikTok. So, when a new trader enters the market, they carry the same belief. If I trade more, I'll earn more. But the market doesn't reward activity, it rewards timing. Let me give you an example. Imagine two traders. Trader A takes 10 trades a day, scalping every 5-minute candle like it owes him money. Trader B takes 1 trade a week, but it's always in the right place, with the right structure, and at the right time. Who do you think wins? Of course, Trader B, because markets don't pay for effort, they pay for precision. Real-life comparison, the farmer analogy. Think of it like farming. If a farmer plants seeds today and digs them up tomorrow because they're taking too long to grow, what happens? He destroys his own crops. Yet traders do this every single day. We plant an analysis, then can't stand waiting for the setup to bloom. We start doubting, tweaking, forcing, and before we know it, boom, we've entered a trade we weren't supposed to take. Then when price actually moves after we closed, we suddenly transform into experts of what I should have done. Chapter 2. The Fast Trader's Trap. The illusion of speed is deadly because it makes you feel productive even when you're losing. You're clicking buttons, watching charts, reacting. It feels like you're working. But in trading psychology, activity without clarity equals emotional gambling. Every time you enter without confirmation, your brain gets a hit of dopamine, that small rush of excitement. And the market knows it. It uses that against you. Just like a casino gives free drinks to gamblers, the market gives free dopamine to impatient traders. Haha, here, take this small win, just enough to destroy your risk management next time. And before you know it, you're revenge trading, chasing setups, and convincing yourself that this one will fix it. That's not trading, that's emotional cardio. You're sweating, burning energy, but going nowhere. Now, here's what the smart money, or ICT mindset traders understand. Speed is chaos. Patience is control. When you wait for the market to take out liquidity, form structure, and confirm displacement, you're not being slow, you're being strategic. Professional traders don't chase, they stalk. They wait for retail to take the bait, for liquidity to get swept, for imbalance to form, and then they strike like snipers, not machine guns. Because trading isn't about constant action, it's about waiting for asymmetric opportunity. One good trade can do what 50 bad ones can't. Now, here's the real-life example. The trader who waited. There's a story about a trader named Daniel. He used to take 15 trades a day. Every setup looked like an opportunity, until his account looked like a charity. Then he forced himself to take only one trade per session. At first, he went crazy. He said, "This is torture. I'm missing opportunities." But guess what? After 2 months, he had his first profitable quarter. Not because his analysis changed, but because his timing did. Patience didn't make him smarter. It just made him consistent enough to let his strategy do its job. Everyday life analogy. The coffee example. Let me bring this home. Ever tried to drink your coffee right after pouring it? You burn your tongue, right? But if you wait just a few seconds, it becomes perfect. Trading's the same. Impatience burns your capital. Patience brews profits. You can quote that. The market rewards those who let their setups brew. Chapter 3. The Live Scenario. How impatience bleeds your account. Let's paint the scene. It's London session, 9 a.m. You've done your analysis the night before. You've drawn your key zones, identified liquidity, and you know your setup usually forms around 10 or 10:30. You open your chart, everything's calm. You're sipping your coffee, life is good. Then suddenly, Euro USD spikes up 20 pips. You feel that sting in your chest, that fear that the market is running without you. You whisper to yourself, "It's moving. This might be it. Let me just enter now before it's too late." You hit buy, 5 minutes later, retracement hits, stop loss gone, and you're staring at your screen like, "Wait, what just happened?" Welcome to the London fake move, my friend, also known as the liquidity grab or the wake-up slap. The market manipulated you, not because you didn't know your levels, but because you couldn't wait for your entry window. This is what separates professionals from amateurs. Professionals know that between 8 and 9:30, London loves to grab stops before the real move. Retail traders jump in early and become liquidity for those who waited. And here's the painful truth. Every impatient entry is just fuel for someone else's patient trade. The emotional aftermath. What happens next? You start doubting your analysis. You overtrade to make it back, and before you know it, you've turned one bad decision into a chain of emotional trades. This is how most accounts blow up, not in one big loss, but in 1,000 small, impulsive cuts. Patience, on the other hand, acts like armor. It protects you from self-sabotage. Trading is exactly like fishing. You can't throw your hook every 2 seconds and expect to catch something. The professional fisherman casts his line and waits. He studies the water, the current, the wind, and when the fish bites, he pulls with precision. Impatient traders, they keep throwing the line, getting frustrated, scaring away the fish, and blaming the water. The market is the ocean. Patience is your fishing rod. Discipline is the hand that holds it still. The 10-minute rule. Here's a simple exercise. Next time you feel like jumping into a setup early, set a 10-minute timer and tell yourself, if it's still valid after 10 minutes, I'll enter. You'll be shocked how many times the setup fades away before that timer ends. And when it does, you'll realize something powerful. It wasn't the market you were fighting, it was your own urgency. Let's switch to gold, XAUSD. You mark a perfect demand zone during New York session. Price drops into your area, gives a fake reaction, then wicks below it, and you panic. Oh no, it's breaking down. Let me short it. You sell. And 5 minutes later, the market rockets up 100 pips. That breakdown was actually a liquidity sweep. It took out the impatient shorts and rewarded those who waited for confirmation. The market didn't trick you, your impatience did. Emotional summary. Every great trader learns this lesson eventually. The market doesn't move on your schedule. The setup doesn't care about your boredom, and profits only flow when you stop forcing them. Patience isn't waiting for the trade, it's waiting through the emotions that try to stop you from waiting. If you've ever been caught by that London fakeout or the NY reversal trap, comment below. Never again. I'll wait next time. Let's see how many traders are committing to the patience revolution today. Building the patience muscle. Okay, we've seen how impatience kills profits, but how do you actually build patience? Because, let's be honest, telling a trader to just wait is like telling a hungry person to just stop being hungry. You don't magically become patient. You train it, like a muscle. Step 1. The chart meditation drill. Every morning, open your chart and don't trade for the first hour. Just observe. Mark where impatient traders would have entered. Notice how price often comes back to those same areas to take their stops before going in the real direction. After 1 week, you'll start to see a pattern. The impatient lose. The patient collect. That visual repetition rewires your brain to associate waiting with success and rushing with regret. Step 2. Delay gratification in life. When you crave checking your phone, wait 5 minutes. When you're about to reply impulsively in a text, breathe first. When stuck in traffic, instead of honking, smile. Or at least try to. Because your life habits are directly linked to your trading habits. If you're impatient everywhere else, you'll be impatient on the charts too. Step 3. The mental reframe. Instead of saying, "I'm waiting for a setup," say, "I'm collecting clarity." This small mindset shift transforms patience from passive waiting to active preparation. You're not sitting idle. You're sharpening your focus. You're not doing nothing. You're doing the hardest thing in trading: self-control. Step 4. Trade fewer, journal more. Every trade you skip that didn't meet your criteria, write it down. Label it, "Trade I didn't take because I was patient." After a month, review your journal. You'll see that most of those skipped trades would have failed anyway. And that's when you'll realize, not trading is sometimes the most profitable trade you can take. Step 5. The patience countdown. Next time you feel the urge to enter early, count down from 10 like you're defusing a bomb. Because that's literally what you're doing. Diffusing the emotional bomb of impulsivity before it blows your account. If after counting you still think the setup is valid, great, execute. If not, you just saved yourself a loss and a headache. Step 6. Define your setup. Patience without clarity leads to paralysis. You can't wait for the perfect trade if you don't know what perfect looks like. So, define it. What's your ideal session? What's your confirmation trigger? What invalidates your idea? Once you have rules, patience becomes easier. Because now, waiting has a purpose. Step 7. Accept that boredom is profit. Let's end this part with a truth most traders overlook. Boredom in trading is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of maturity. Beginners crave excitement. Professionals crave precision. When your trading becomes boring, predictable, calm, congratulations. You've entered the zone of true consistency. You're no longer chasing dopamine. You're chasing discipline. Key message. Patience isn't about time. It's about trust. Trusting your analysis. Trusting your edge. trusting that doing nothing is sometimes the smartest move in the room. Before we move to the next chapters, drop a quick comment if this part hit deep. Say, "Patience is my edge." Because the moment you declare it, your brain starts to believe it. Hey trader, before you go, let me invite you to something special. I've created a free Telegram community, a space where we talk about the psychology of trading, not just the charts. Inside, we handle stress together, review our journals, and keep each other accountable with honesty, not judgment. It's where we talk freely, learn from each other's mistakes, and grow stronger as a family of traders who actually get it. No signals, no noise, just real growth, real support, and real conversations. So if you're ready to master your mind and trade with calm confidence, click the link in the description and join the Telegram family today. It's completely free. Because we don't grow alone, we grow together. Join the free Telegram where traders grow together. Chapter 5. The Psychology of Waiting. Here's something wild. Waiting is one of the hardest things for the human brain to do. Not because we're lazy, but because our brains are literally wired to seek immediate reward. Back when our ancestors hunted, if you saw food, you took it. If you waited, you starved. Fast forward to 2025, and we've still got the same brain, but now it's fighting MT5, not a mammoth. That's why when you wait for a perfect setup, your brain screams, "Do something, or you'll miss out." Trading Psychology 101, the fear of missing out, or FOMO, is just your survival system misfiring in a digital jungle. Serious. But here's the truth. In trading, doing nothing is often the most profitable thing you can do. Yet it feels wrong because patience feels like punishment. Every second you wait, dopamine drops. Every time you see a candle move without you, cortisol spikes. Your nervous system starts thinking, maybe I should just enter and manage it later. Call him Mr. Fast Hands. He couldn't stay still. Every flicker on the chart, he was in. If the price moved 3 pips against him, boom, he flipped direction. By the end of the London session, he had opened 14 trades and lost 13. Meanwhile, another trader, let's call her Miss Patience, took only 1 trade that same day. She waited for liquidity grab, displacement, fair value gap, and held it. Guess who made profit? Yep, the one who waited. That's patience in trading. It's not laziness, it's strategy with emotional control. You see, trading is not about finding trades. It's about finding moments of alignment. And that alignment only shows up to those who wait. It's like surfing. You can't just jump on every wave, you'll drown. But if you wait for the perfect wave, you'll glide effortlessly across something that would have destroyed you before. That's patience, controlled inaction. Chapter 6. Real-life trading examples. Let's get practical, because theory is cute, but reality is brutal. Picture this. You're watching EUR/USD during London Open. The setup looks almost perfect. Price sweeps Asian highs, small fair value gap forms, momentum shifts. But there's no proper displacement yet. Now, your logical brain knows, wait for confirmation. But your emotional brain says, bro, this is the one. You enter early. Price moves 5 pips in your favor, and then reverses, hits your stop loss, and then flies exactly where you planned it to go to. Chapter 7. How to Build the Patience Muscle. Let's be real. Patience isn't a switch you flip. It's a muscle you build. And like any muscle, it grows through tension, pain, and repetition. Most traders try to avoid boredom, but pros train in it. They use it like resistance training for the mind. Here's how you build your patience muscle step by step. 1. Reframe boredom as progress. Every time you wait and don't click that button, you're training control. You're literally rewiring your brain to prefer logic over emotion. When you skip a setup that doesn't meet your plan, don't say, "I missed a trade." Say, "I earned discipline points." 2. Use checklists religiously. Professional traders don't trust emotions, they trust systems. Before you take any trade, ask, is this within my session window? Is liquidity swept? Is there displacement? Is the market in my favor? Is the RR worth it? If one box isn't checked, don't enter. That's not fear, that's professional patience. Think of it like flying a plane. You don't take off just because the sky looks good. You take off when every system is ready. 3. Journal every impulse trade. Yes, every time you break your plan, write it down, because nothing hurts more than seeing your own stupidity in writing. Write what you felt, why you clicked, and what happened. Soon you'll realize the trades you rushed into were rarely worth it. That journal becomes your mirror, and the mirror doesn't lie. 4. Visualize the long game. Patience is easier when you think long-term. Instead of asking, "Will I win this trade?" ask, "Will this decision still make sense after 100 trades?" That question kills impatience instantly. Because once you think like a professional portfolio, not a gambler, you start valuing consistency over excitement. 5. Simulate waiting. Yes, literally practice waiting. Set a timer, open a chart, and stare at price without touching a thing for 30 minutes. Watch how uncomfortable your brain gets. That's not boredom, that's your old habits dying. Do this often and your emotional tolerance expands. You'll start to enjoy being calm when others panic. 6. Create rituals before entry. Before you click buy or sell, take a breath. Drink water. Stand up. Check your checklist. Create a pre-trade ritual that slows you down. Even a 5-second pause can save you thousands. Because in trading, milliseconds of emotion can erase months of discipline. 7. Detach from results. The most patient traders are those who no longer trade to win. They trade to execute perfectly. When your goal shifts from profit to process, you stop forcing trades and start letting trades come to you. It's like dating. The more desperate you seem, the more the market ghosts you. But when you're calm, confident, selective, it chases you instead. This is what separates retail traders from institutional thinkers. Institutions aren't faster, they're calmer. They know waiting is where money hides, in those quiet ranges where everyone else loses patience. So, next time you're tempted to enter early, remember, you're not missing out, you're leveling up. If this chapter just shifted your mindset, smash that like button right now. Comment below, patience pays if you're committing to mastering emotional control this year. And if you're new here, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Because the next chapter is where things get emotional and powerful. We're going to talk about what happens when you finally learn to wait and how that changes everything about your life and your trading. Chapter 8. The Payoff. What happens when you finally wait long enough? Here's the thing no one tells you about patience. At first, it feels like you're losing. But slowly, life starts rewarding you in ways you never imagined. Freedom, not from the market, but from your own impulses. When you master patience, your chart looks calmer, your notes look cleaner, your mind feels lighter. You start to realize trading isn't chaos anymore, it's choreography. The candles dance, and you finally move with them, not against them. You stop chasing every wiggle like a cat with a laser pointer. Instead, you sit like a lion, unbothered, waiting for the right moment to strike. And the moment it comes, you move with precision. That's trading discipline. That's smart money patience. That's the real ICT mindset. Here's the beautiful part. Patience doesn't just change your trading, it changes you. You become calmer in life. You stop reacting to noise. You stop forcing opportunities. You attract them. Because trading is life in fast motion. The same psychology that ruins your trades ruins your decisions and everything else. And the same patience that builds consistency on charts builds peace in life. Sat the Surik, the market doesn't care about your emotions, your hope, or your fear, but it does respect your discipline. So when you wait long enough, you start getting rewarded, not because the market changed, but because you did. You begin to see your reflection in every chart, the greed, the fear, the ego, and slowly all that fades. What's left is clarity, a trader who no longer fights the market, but flows with it. That's when you've made it. Not when you're rich, but when you're at peace while waiting. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Patience is my new edge. And make sure you subscribe for more weekly trading psychology videos. Because the next one will dive into the art of detachment, how to stop forcing trades and let money find you. Until then, stay calm, stay patient, and remember, your growth isn't measured in profits, it's measured in how long you can wait without losing your peace.